everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome
You're
to Undressing.
listening and watching. Did you know that you could watch us on YouTube now?
I know, I'm very excited. I actually put a tiny bit of makeup on, although I didn't do my hair. I only do my hair, Tommy, when I'm paid to do it, right? That's just what it is.
I think that's a very good rule to have.
You
Sorry,
look
scooch of
fantastic. I don't know.
chair.
What have you been doing with your skin? Because you look very smooth. Your eyes are glowing blue.
Look, I want to shoot lasers. I'm gonna shoot lasers at it soon.
What?
We'll see. I don't know.
You're
I'm
gonna get a laser peel or something? I've never
No, I've
done that
never done
before.
that. But again, when I was in Korea, I did shoot a laser at this jaw area.
Did it work?
And no, because I think you have to do it like 6 times. And also, I watched so many
Yeah,
videos that are like, none of these things work. And you
they
just have to
don't.
get a deep plane neck lift. Again, we're not going to talk about cosmetic surgery. This
But
is not
that's
a
what we
cosmetic
always
surgery.
do.
I
It's
know we
okay.
complain, but I'm trying to manifest great things instead of attracting more anxieties. But I am really
Listen,
proud. If
yes.
you're watching on video, I did use my Frame TV to upload a Bridgerton background.
It's so beautiful.
I feel really professional.
You're much more professional than I am because I'm wearing best Felicia ever shirt, didn't comb my hair, have some boxes that I'm gonna go through later in the background. But you know what? You get what you get and you don't complain about it, all right?
Why wouldn't you wear a best Felicia ever shirt?
For the record, I did not buy this. I received it at a convention. Last time I was at a convention, it delighted me to no end. I was like, who made that shirt? I need it, and I wear it too often, Tommy.
Look, it's that or the wig police shirt.
Okay, y'all, if you do not follow Tommy Lank on socials, he made the most brilliant video pointing out Colin's wig, not wig, in that one scene in episode 1 of season 3. And it is absolutely a wig and then real hair. It is 100% reshoots, 100%.
Okay, well, you said, oh, we wish we could show it here on the YouTube version, but we don't know how to do that yet. So I just thought I would point it out. And now I don't know. I'm doubting my own skills as a wig police detective person because people are saying that in interviews now they're saying it wasn't a wig, that the reshoots were just his haircut. But I think they're lying. And I think they're saying it's not a wig because it wasn't a full wig.
Yeah, it was a partial wig.
I
Yeah,
think it's a partial, it's a frontal because his
frontal wig.
hairline goes back and forth, and then you see the
You see the
retouching.
edge. That is not true.
I'm not shaming it. I'm celebrating it because the wig work is quite beautiful. It's almost undetectable unless you're a professional wig police detective person
Which
like
Thomas
we are.
Bridgerton is. Yeah, I don't even include myself in that because I didn't notice it at all. You, however, have an eagle eye to the hairline, you know? And I really appreciate that about you, Tommy.
It's because I just want to be wearing wigs all the time,
Listen,
even though
if I
they are
could
so warm. If you haven't worn a wig, just know it is so hot and uncomfortable. Well, listen, I'm usually wearing a synthetic wig, and those are the warm ones because you're essentially wearing several trash bags bundled up on top of your head, and it creates a lot of heat.
A lot of heat. Well, Tommy, I just have to say, I hate my hair. I've never had great hair. I always put normally I have like clip-in extensions I use sometimes. Sometimes it's my real hair. Whenever I'm working, usually I'm just telling the audience that because I've never had thick hair. And even when it's like really healthy, it's pretty thin. But over the holidays, all my hair fell out because I got COVID. And I've noticed the 2 or 3 times I've had COVID, literally chunks of my hair fall out. It is a side effect that
Oh
I get.
my goodness.
Chunks, Tommy. I was like freaking out. And it just is what it is. Now it's regrowing. And I'm really, really happy about that. And I'm able to wear my hair without like putting stuff in it. But again, it'll never be the hair I want. And
Baby hair's coming through. I'm very happy about this.
yeah,
But
you see that?
also, Most of us have thin hair, and also at a certain age, it just gets thinner.
I
And
know.
a lot of people have alopecia, and it goes completely.
I know. That's
So
what I've been
let's
struggling with. So let's just
so
say
if you want to clip it in, clip it in. If you want to wear a topper, wear a topper, wear a fall, wear a full wig. Do what you want. Also shave it if you feel like. That's
no
liberating.
actor on TV is entirely in their own hair. I promise you guys, very rarely are they entirely in their own hair. They're using hair powder, they're using,
Oh, I've got it. I've got the
falls.
topics. I fill it in. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah,
Boop, boop,
fill
boop,
it
boop. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Well,
and fill.
a lot what's his name from two Two and a Half Men?
Uh-huh.
John Cryer.
Oh,
He
I love him.
very public about they would his hair process before filming took hours
Oh,
because
no.
they essentially would create a hairline. Well, they would use sort of where his hair was, and then they'd sprinkle, 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 and they're using Topics.
Wow.
And it's basically it's like synthetic hair fibers so that they sort of grip to what hair is there. So sprinkle, sprinkle, and comes with this little comb, and then the comb has like hairline like
Really?
etching,
At
and
that
then you.
point, wouldn't you just get a toupee? Like, you're being paid so much every week, get a
I'm
toupee.
surprised that they didn't,
Just
but
put a
maybe
toupee
this looked
on.
more natural.
I don't know, man. My friend, one of my best friends has a toupee, and he looks fantastic in it. And I'm like,
I
I
watch
can't
those
tell it's not
videos.
his.
Does he do it himself, or does he go once a
No, no,
month and
no,
get it glued
he goes
on?
once a month, has it re-glued, gets a new piece, like, every 6 months. It looks incredible, and his confidence is soared, and he's, like, super hot now. Don't not I mean, not to me, but, to other people.
He was hot before, and now he's still hot. Um, I just walked by a men's hair salon on 3rd Street, and I hadn't noticed it before, and so
Mm.
I Google mapped it, and I'm like, because it was interesting, because I didn't see any chairs. It was just like doors, like small, like a corridor of doors,
That's
and I'm like,
very
why is
strange.
it so private? And then I looked it up, and it's like it's a hair system place for people to
Oh.
go and get it glued on, and I think people want privacy when they're
Yeah, they don't wanna do that. I mean,
getting
there's
it
a
glued
stigma
on.
to it, but let's be honest, again, if you see a woman with waist-length hair,
Not
90% of those ladies have hair
Demi
extensions.
Moore, the video of her getting ready for the Met Gala this year, you see her fully clip it in.
Yeah.
Clip it in.
I promise you, it's a small percentage, like, maybe just Sarah Jessica Parker, because she was
Yeah.
known for her hair, like, her hair is I mean, not that she's not gorgeous every other way, in my opinion, but her hair certainly was the standout, and if you're born with that, you're born with it, man. If you're not, buy it, okay?
I have a friend, actor friend, delightful. He was working on a show this year, and well, I'll just say what it was because he has headshots being bald.
Yeah,
He's a bald actor, and he was on that 90s show, the spinoff from the 70s show.
yeah,
And he was a guest star. This is, by the way, what it's like to be a guest star. And Seth Green was in the episode, and he had a beard. Or sorry,
yep.
my friend had a beard. Seth, I think, either had a mustache or a beard, and they said, "Well, you're both gingers, and Seth has a beard. We need you to shave." So he shaves. My friend shaves his beard. Now he's bald on top and on the face.
Oof.
And then they're like, rehearsing throughout the week, and they said, the dad character, he's bald on the show. You look too much like him, so we need to give you a wig. So, which is great because normally in these situations, the people just get fired
They
because of
fired
these.
them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The fact
You're
they
like,
didn't
"Ugh,
fire him
you
just
look
because of
too
his
much
hair,
like the thing." By the way,
which is
he's just
awesome.
playing a waiter. Like, who cares? So then they put him in a wig, and he films the thing. He loves it, and the hair people said, "You look great in this wig, and if you want to have other options, you should go buy this wig. It's expensive for like a men's wig." So, but he
But
did
it
it.
looks great on you, and I bet it pays off, huh?
And because, like, what are we looking for as actors? Like, the most, we want to be seen in the biggest range of things that we can do so we have access to more parts,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So he went and bought this wig, and he went and took new headshots. So he's gonna have the bald headshot and the hair headshot, and he just sent them to me. It looks beautiful.
Oh,
You can't
wow.
clock the lace.
Nope.
It is so fantastic, and I'm so happy for him that he gets to have options
Yeah, I mean,
because
there's it's
because
options.
women do it all the time. Like they
Listen,
have
I
hair.
am very tempted to try to get permanent hair extensions just to thicken my hair because again, yes, the older I get, the thinner it gets, and it was already not so robust, and I'm like, "But I don't wanna sleep on it." It feels like it might disrupt my sleep, and literally, nothing is worth disrupting my sleep. I will shave my head before I disrupt my sleep any
Yeah,
more than
you
my
can
daughter
get
did.
those. I watch a shocking amount of hair extension installation videos,
Wow, okay,
and
Tommy.
you can do those ones where they like clamp it in little tiny portions and tiny little clamps.
Uh-huh.
But then they also have the ones where they're just taking like 4 or 5 hairs and
That's
then
the one I want. Yeah, the
gluing it in like
very
weird
yeah,
glue,
yeah, that's what I want.
and then they remove it with a remover. But to me, that seems like a lot of maybe damaging your hair. So I don't
I
know. Is
know.
how annoying is clipping it in when you just want to have it clipped in?
Not that
Is that
annoying.
damage? Is it
No, and
damaging
it
as well?
doesn't damage your
But
hair at all, and it's fine.
I guess if you want to live your life and not like clipping it in makes sense for when you're filming, but maybe
If you wanna look great all the time, you need a hair extensions, but I'm too
ugh,
cheap and too
extensions
adverse
and
to it, and again,
lash
I don't yeah.
extensions and lash dyeing. I watch a lot of Christy Stryker's eyebrow
Why
fixing.
do you watch all this?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I have no intention of doing it, but I like
I hope not. You look pretty I mean, the lash extensions are amazing. I have them in a lot. I don't have them in right now, but sometimes because honestly, it's laziness. It's pure laziness because if I have lash extensions on, then I don't have to wear any makeup at all. 0. Like, I'm wearing a little tiny bit now, and I did put mascara on, and I hate it. I hate mascara. It hurts my eyes. Like, always doesn't matter what kind it is. It's always weeping underneath my eyes. So I really need the extensions, and I say that to myself because it's an expense I don't care about. But hair extensions, all of that, the maintenance, I can only do one thing, and that's lashes. That's it.
I yeah, whatever makes you feel good.
Exactly.
I do like a little bit of a fill in of the eyebrows because my eyebrows have just been disappearing
Do
for
you have a
years.
thyroid issue?
No, I've had it checked.
All
But
right.
so I just do a little fill in with, like a brow pencil if I'm feeling jaunty.
Yeah, you look good
Um,
today. I don't know if you have anything on, but you're looking
no,
great.
do I? Maybe leftover from yesterday.
Yeah.
Um,
I fill in my brows. I have good brows, but, if you fill them in, they look better. Like, it's a 10% thing.
yeah. Also,
I'm
just I
excited.
can't remember if we talked about it about my accidental looking like a vampire at the fan event in
We
Paris.
did, but can you show the picture off again?
Um, oh
No,
yeah, I
it's
can
fine. It
show it.
looks really bad though, y'all. I mean, I love Tommy, and I would love to take a picture with him at any convention.
I
But
did.
you do look very Edward Cullen/Spike from Buffy, and it's a
I
hot
did.
look.
No, it's not great. But you can go. I just posted a video about it on Instagram if you really want to see the evidence.
Yeah.
And
Go
then I have
Tommy's
questions
Instagram.
about what the science is behind a flash and sunscreen and how it reflects back to the camera. So
It's
if you're
zinc
a
oxide and
dermatologist,
titanium dioxide, those physical sunscreens do reflect.
yeah, let me know if that was the culprit or if I just am really pale and I need to accept that.
It's okay. As a pale, pale person, I would say just embrace who you are, be
We
yourself.
are pale. We are
Are
so
pale,
pale.
pa pa
We
pale,
have
pa pale, pa
pale,
pale, pale, pa
pale
pale. Don't
like
clip it.
vampires. And I was trying to make a song. Did you see that video? I'm trying to do what Nicola Coughlan was doing on that video this week.
Oh, what was
Did you
it?
see it?
No,
She says,
I've been watching the TikTok video where people go Ahsoka. They do the Have you seen that one?
"No."
You have to it's like women I don't know who it is. It must be an Indian pop star or something. If I'm saying the wrong thing, I'm so sorry. All I do is I've seen these videos with 15 million views where all these gorgeous women are like cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha with their hands, and they every single time they move their hand across their face, their makeup change, then they change into this
Oh,
gorgeous
wow.
Indian outfit. Indian,
What?
it's gore. You got to look it up. You got
I
to look
wanna
it up.
put that effort in, but I'm not going to. Uh, well, Nicola Coughlan just did a thing where she says, my dream job is to be, like a housewife who makes a song just for gay men," and she goes, "Uh,
Wait, once I've been painting a miniature like this far from my
oh,
face,
okay,
and
we'll
I'm
get back to
cross-eyed.
Nicola. Please show me the
Nicola,
evidence. We talked about this last week. You have a new hobby. Let's see how it's going."
I gotta cut that out. I totally forgot the lead actress's name.
I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out if you want. But show me. I'm putting the glasses on so I can see your miniatures.
Oh, I'm not gonna show it off. I have to get up to show you, and then that would be going across
No,
the
I
room.
want. Damn it.
I'm
Fine.
gonna post it on Instagram later, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's get into this episode because it's a lot, but a great one. And it's episode
Okay, but first I
2.
have to say she doesn't have green eyes. She has blue eyes,
So
Nicola.
is she wearing contacts?
Yeah, just like The Witcher. I'm assuming, unless they're doing it digitally, but I'm sure they're contacts. Isn't that fun?
What?
Fun details.
Oh my god. The false what we are buying into is not real, and I love every second of it.
Oh,
All right.
nothing on this show is real. It's so like what you said about the gauze over the
Oh,
lens.
yeah. Nobody looks now they're all just
Oh,
oh, I love it so much. All right, so, this episode is so good. It's episode 2, How Bright the Moon, and it's basically about how Colin and Penelope are getting closer. And I guess Eloise kind of dealing with her issues, the queen and her diamond problem, and I guess Francesca kind of blooming in her own way. So that's kind of oh, and the Mondriches becoming dukes, or I guess their son is the duke, and then they're just like the
oh,
protectors
give
of
me a
him.
spinoff. Give me a spinoff of just them. I need it.
I know, I love them so much. I don't see the point of their storyline, but I actually would love to just be in their world all the time. Isn't that weird? I don't know because the actors are
Well,
so good.
I feel like the point of their storyline is to see the well, we'll get to it in this episode that one of
Okay,
the
yeah.
characters makes a comment
Yeah, okay.
about.
So let's go through it. Okay, so we open up and all, we have some situation where the queen and Danbury are talking about the diamond. The queen is looking at diamonds. All the mothers are trying to get their daughter to be a diamond, sending all this expensive jewelry to her, and she's like, "I'm not having it. They're unextraordinary. Even if Whistledown is pressuring me, not doing it."
Oh, I
She's
didn't
like, "The
realize that
girls
jewelry had been sent to her by everyone. Okay.
by the mothers of the girls." That's what they
What?
say.
She doesn't need more jewels.
I know. This
Also,
lady
I love
is
the fascination of that time period of pineapples.
And did you notice that little nod? I noticed that too. That was awesome. So anyway, we have Whistle Down talking about the women who were doomed, who later went on to make a match. And so it's obviously Penn like spinning her wheels. Like ladies who have been on the shelf for a couple years can, nab up. Nab up. I don't know what that meant, but they can hook up. So then we go to the Mondrich's thing, and they are introduced to their new world. They're in the money now. The kids are like touring their new palatial estate. They have separate bedrooms, and then they're like, WTF, separate bedrooms. Which again, you're right. We should have a spin-off. Why are we seeing these people at all? But also, why can't we see more of them? That's my question every time I see them.
I think it's going to reveal itself. I think they will become more because they were working class. I think we'll see how they become intertwined with the Ton and people that, come from generational wealth
Yeah.
and the vast difference and the sort of fish out of water in that world. Did Lady Danbury come? Is she
She was
new
with
money people or old money people?
Yeah, I don't think she can she's gonna come to their defense, right? When they get but,
Right? Because she
yeah,
did she come from money or did she marry into it?
she married into it, I believe, but I'm not
Okay.
sure I
Okay.
can't remember from season 1. I think she talked a little bit about her background. but she did love her husband, and her husband was quite rich, I think.
Does she have
That
any kids?
I don't
Did
think
she have
so.
kids?
That's why she's kind of the nanny or the
Mm, mm.
busybody to all the young girls. She's like a mentor, and I love her, and a BFF to the Bridgerton mom, who I love. Again, spinoff. Let's just see those ladies doing their thing. Go to Bath, have a little. What are you guys doing? It's two women, two widows, ready. They're there.
Just like on like having the single scene and
Yeah,
hitting the ton, trying to
exactly.
get laid in Bath.
Yeah. So anyway, we see the Featherington mom. She's really bitchy about the Mondriches inheriting, and Penn is, coming in, kind of seeing what's going on. And the whole storyline with the Featherington mom this episode is trying to get her two married daughters laid, which is so funny and so surprising. And I loved it
The
so much.
payoff, when we get to it, the payoff, chef's kiss.
It's like, thank you, writers. You are not taking yourself seriously, and I love it. We also have Eloise, and she starts out with a promenade with Benedict and Colin. And Benedict is very confused still about Eloise's behavior because, as we know, she knows Penn is Whistledown, but she doesn't want to tell anybody about it. And then she sees Colin joining Penn, and she's like, "What is that about?" And
She's got
then
her summer muff on, by the way,
Summer Muff.
and elbow deep in a summer muff. Uh, but you see that her wrist is not broken. You can actually see both hands. So I think this is a carryover from episode 1 so that it's not too
Too
like
obvious.
too obvious. Yeah.
It's like basically Eloise Bridgerton is pioneering the summer muff. She needs to talk to the modiste and get her to like make summer muffs for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and anyway, so then we start our storyline with Penn and Colin, and it's very cute. He's very salty about Whistledown, which is like, uh-oh. But then he's like, show me your charm skills. And she is so it's kind of like the cutest sort of, I don't know, it's almost sitcom-y, but she's adorable, and I could watch her on a sitcom. I mean, she was in Dairy Girls, but I could watch her on a sitcom 24/7. It's
She's so
oh
good
gosh, so
and
good.
likable.
Mhm.
And I just saw a clip of Dairy Girls and I don't know why I haven't watched it yet. So I'm gonna watch that soon. But I love how this sort of turns into My Fair Lady,
Ah,
where he's trying to teach her how to be
charming.
have charming and how to have etiquette. But like she doesn't need it. She's
No.
just we need the need the men in this time period to get to her level.
Exactly. Exactly. She's so great.
Men are
So
trash. There, I said
anyway,
it.
she's like Francesca, Lady Danbury are gossiping about some situation with the who's going to be the diamond, and of course, this is on everybody's mind. And then we have another scene with the Featheringtons, and so Mom sits them down, and she's like, "Ladies have been doing it," and the one sister is like, "Oh my God, we're so passionate." So doing it. And she's like, "Burp it there." And the other sister's like, we did it once on our wedding night and I don't like it. It flattens my hair. Can I be one of those characters?
I I'm like in I'm sort of them right now. I go in phases. Um I by the way, have you seen these two actors on the red carpet in their sort of premiere looks?
One of them is dating Benedict in real life, IRL.
To quote a friend of mine, they are both like hot vampire ladies. Like they look so different
Yeah.
from these characters. It's just like the
There's,
power of costuming and hair and makeup. They look so different because
and
they
one
look
of them,
so
one of them's mom is Imelda Staunton.
what?
Yeah. And her dad is somebody else, some other famous British actor.
Okay.
So like
Well,
this is
Nepo
very
Nepo
impressive.
baby, but I'm into I am enjoying them. Okay.
I love
Okay.
them. Yep.
Okay.
What I also love is calling in a three-way, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, what? Are we in Game of Thrones right now?"
Okay. Again, with the love making in broad daylight is
Yeah.
so shocking.
Please turn the lights off, people. I know it's
Put
dangerous because you
pull the
only have
curtain.
fire.
Get blackout curtains. We got to get I was shocked, but also I was just shocked in general. But we've got tatas out,
Uh-huh.
daylight, and
And are they
chest rubbing.
prostitutes?
Chest rubbing.
Are they they're prostitutes, right? Like, that's
I'm
like, ugh.
assuming that's what they are alluding to, but it made me so also, I'm very sex positive, but I
Yeah,
just was like, "No, this is so Bachelor of you." Like the
I
TV show The
know.
Bachelor, like, "Oh, I'm gonna be with all these women, but we know you're gonna fall in love with this one person, but you were just being smarmy," you know?
Here's what I think, dirty, dirty D. Dirty, dirty D.
If you've driven around Los Angeles, you are seeing billboards
Oh!
for
Eye
eye
syphilis?
syphilis.
Oh my god, eye syphilis. Well, why is it on
That's
every
all I could think
billboard?
that's all I could think about when I was watching this, like, eye syphilis! Ah!
It's a what does it say on the billboard? It's eye syphilis. It's a real problem. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
It is. It is. They've had I mean, thanks for these public service announcements.
Yes.
I didn't know it was that big of a problem, but
Yeah,
it is.
I know. But he
So,
and then he goes
but here's
immediately.
I do wanna know the science of eye syphilis. Is it because the peen actually touched the eyeball, or you're getting it through your orifices, and then it's one of the symptoms is
Ew, Tommy.
it shows
Just
at the eyeball?
I don't want these questions answered. And then he goes straight to a meeting with Penelope at a market where her weird chaperone it has like 17 close-ups. And I'm like, why are we having so many close-ups with this lady? But they have a very sweet scene where they kind of get to know each other. And she's like, I want a husband so I can have freedom. He's like, sharing a little bit about himself. It's very nice. But I don't know why we're cutting to this chaperone with the weird, it's like a snot colored cape, you know?
Wait, is
It's
this
just
Pens?
Pens. Yeah, Pens chaperone.
Yeah, and maybe they had to cut around something, and those were insert shots. I do love Penelope's dress here. It's like
Her
a
dress.
beautiful
Oh my
pistachio
god.
gelato come to life, you know?
Her palette is like
Oh, and the makeup artistry of on her and these other folks.
I
Uh,
know.
she's so dewy and fresh.
Are they
There's
CGIing it? Do people really look this good ever? That's the
there
question.
highlighter. There's shimmer in the makeup that's being picked up by the like soft amber gelled lights that are being shown at them. It's enough light, but not too much, and there's shadows. And I want to be that silent maid, by the way.
By the way,
Just silent.
listen, just throw me in there. I'll be in the
I
background.
would love to cast you in that role.
Thank
I will
you.
cast me in this role. I want to be cast as that man that Penn talks to. I want
Creepily.
all of the things. Because the pressure's off. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
I
pressure
know.
on Nicola in this role right now,
Nicola
you know?
Coughlan, who I definitely know her name. All right.
Coughlin. I think it's
So the
Coughlin.
Coughlan.
It's
I
like,
don't
is it
know.
Sarah
At least
was
you
it Sarah
knew
McLachlan or Sarah
Sarah
McLaughlin?
McLachlan. That's exactly
It's
it.
McLachlan? Like clock. Okay.
McLaughlin. I don't know. Anyway, so we get a whole thing with the Mondrich wife who she's going to the modiste and she's altering Lady Kent's dresses. She's kind of like, oh, these are kind of old fashioned, but I'm not going to get a whole new wardrobe. Eloise and Francesca are there, and Mother Bridgerton is like, hey, Lady Danbury just told us that the queen's going to pick a diamond and the girls have to work hard. And Eloise is like, let's get this off our back. And she starts the rumor that the queen wants the girls to work hard to get a diamond. And that's going to like competition on.
Now she's calling it is this in this specific scene where she says it might not be a diamond, but it will be a sparkler.
Yes.
Someone
Yeah.
who's a
It's around here.
sparkler.
Yes. Which I appreciate. And, I want it to
Taking
be
the
pen, but
pressure
I know
off
it won't
to
be.
be a diamond. Just want to sparkle.
It's a lot of
Again,
pressure.
watch my video about me sparkling like a vampire. Okay. Um,
So anyway, we go back to the Bridgerton house while Eloise and Francesca and Mom are out, and Colin is playing cards with Benedict and these other kids who I'm sure we'll see grown up and hot at one point, but now they're just teens. And then
are they going to get
Pen
replaced? Will they be replaced?
probably they'll be grown up. Although I think they're grooming Hyacinth to actually,
I
I don't know,
think she's got the acting chops, I think.
yeah, she's good. And she's
We all
probably
know I hate
18.
child actors, but I think as an adult she's going to do some good stuff.
Gregory, go to hell. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Then a servant comes in. So Colin has invited Penn to the Bridgerton place because before she had said the only place that I've ever felt comfortable is the Bridgerton place. And so he brings her to the drawing room. He's like, hey, pretend this is a ball. And she looks at him and she nails him. She's like, your eyes look into my soul. And he's like, whoa.
Pretending that she's talking to a stranger, but she's just talking to
Talking to
him.
him.
Oh my God.
And then we get a more intimate scene where she goes to the study to run away because Eloise and Mama came home. She reads his diary about making love. And he comes in and she's like, you're reading my diary. How dare you? I'm mad. Break. Bleeding.
Smash.
Oh,
Cut. Let me heal your wounds. Okay, the way her bosom is heaving while she's
heaving.
reading this, it is full
Oh.
romance novel, but she's reading the romance novel and she is getting so horny,
Yes.
and
And
we
when
are
she's
getting
bending over
horny
with
watching
his,
it.
yeah, and he's bleeding. And she's like, I'm still horny. And her boobs are like, I am so big and horny. And he's like, those are so big and horny. And like on a dime, their relationship changes. And it's so good.
Now
Ugh.
she then talks about, I'm sorry I read it, but you're such a good writer. And he has
Yeah.
this brief look like, wait, why do you know good writing so well? And I know she's established reading a lot of books, but he is suspicious of like,
And
that just
flattered.
seemed like it was just maybe like a foreshadowing, I feel like.
I think it was because he's gonna find out, right? And
Or
they're gonna
is
break
it
up and
like,
they're gonna get back together, you know.
I do wonder if this is a foreshadowing to that he's such a good writer that she employs him to help her.
Maybe they become a whistle down couple.
Mr.
Mm.
and Mrs. Whistledown!
I love it. He could get a spinoff. It's great. Maybe he has his own spinoff newsletter. That's what I meant. So then we go to the ball because, of course, there's always a ball. There's a promenade. There's usually an afternoon thing, and there's a ball. Well, at the ball, the queen's there, and everyone's trying to get her attention. And Eloise is upset about Penn being at the house. Colin's like, "Do you hate her?" Eloise like, "I don't know. I don't know if I hate her. I can't tell you what's going on." I feel for her. I love her. Eloise is my favorite. I want her to get hooked up to the right kind of guy next season, please. But anyway, Francesca is like, Mom, at the ball, Francesca's like, Mom, just get me married. I just want somebody to get this over with. I love it. Benedict gets like picked out of the crowd. He's dancing with people, which means like he's available. And we're having this awesome talk with Penn and Colin. And he's like, go in there, flirt with that guy. And it's so funny because she goes
Oh,
over and flirts with this guy.
it's very Mr. Gray. What's that book? 50 Shades Grey. It's like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I want to watch you flirt with those men.
Um,
Ooh!
yeah. And then it goes so badly because the guy's horse just died and he starts sobbing and leaving. So it's so undercut in the best way. Ah. And then also we have Cressida and Eloise. And so Eloise tells Cressida that Colin is trying to get Penelope married, right? And so we're like, is that safe? Did you tell Cressida? Is Cressida a bad guy? Hmm. I don't know. And the Mondriches arrive. So we have everything going on at this ball. The Mondriches arrive, and she's in an old outfit that's been altered, but she has all these jewelry on, which she loves. So she's like, I like this jewelry stuff. And Benedict is like, hey, you guys are married. You don't have to worry about any of this crap. You can get drunk. You can leave early. Once you get married, there's no pressure. And so they are like, oh, great. We'll go home and have sex, which they do later. So I love that for them because, who cares? They got money, don't care. Um,
Also, does this happen in the scene where he sort of, where the Bridgerton brother takes the guy on the tour and it's like, look at these
yes.
people that like they don't have to worry because they're married, and he calls them drunk as fiddlers. That's such a fun, but he was really like shining the light on like, hey, you can do what you want. You don't have to
Yeah,
follow the rules. That's just for
exactly.
people trying to get married.
Mhm. Exactly. So the pressure's on the girls mostly because the guys are just there like, what can I snack on, They're there, they're shopping at a lady buffet, and the girls have all the pressure. Like Eloise, she talks to all these other girls. Cressida, they've all been on the shelf a couple years. Francesca has a lot of pressure, and she actually leaves with Lady Danbury's encouragement to go to another room, which pays off at the end of the episode. We also have the Featherington sisters. They're eating because they're like, we might be pregnant. And so basically the mom takes them aside and she's like, into another room. This is my favorite scene of the episode. She takes them into another room and she's like, how's it going? And one of them is like, we are having sex all the time. And the other one's like, I don't like this. And then the clincher is, Tommy.
The man was just what do I want to say? He's
completing himself in his pants.
Yeah. He's not there's been no the hot dog has been nowhere near the bun.
Yep.
The rooster's been nowhere close to cockadoodle doing. The eclair has not touched the donut. The eggplant has not seen
been emojied.
The peach. It is so delightful.
Oh, I thought it was a little broad, and then the payoff is so good. I love it so much. This is a comedy.
It's so funny, and it's just showing you that in this time period, as we saw in season 1, where Baby Bangs didn't know what sex was all about. No one was telling them.
I know.
And apparently no one was telling the men, even though Colin's out buccaneering. And
all the Bridgerton men
Colin
know.
knows.
We already established Anthony, they know.
But Nerdy Husband had no idea.
No idea.
Or was too scared.
Who knows? Anyway, it's great. Later, right after that, the Queen and Danbury chit chat, and Danbury's like, "Hey, come over here. I wanted you to see something." And cut to Francesca in a different ballroom because everybody has 4 or 5 ballrooms. She's playing gorgeous piano, and the Queen is enamored. She's like, "Oh, you work very hard. You're sparkling."
Mm-hmm. Sparkle.
So we knew that she was going to be the diamond kind of the whole time. And now we're finally getting there.
Yes.
I love it.
Now, during this time, Penn, the gossip starts spreading around.
Well, before that, she hits on a guy named Lord Remington, who's in a wheelchair, and they get along, and there's chemistry there. And I'm like, I like this. And Colin does not like it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty great. But then
it gets out.
Yeah, it gets out
that Colin is My Fair Ladying her, and people say it right in front of her, and she ends up running and crying, and then we see her in a coach doing the poor man's process. That's when they just sort of shake the buggy.
Shake it from the outside. It's
like a reflection of the moon in the glass.
Yeah,
just shaking and baking. And she's crying, and I did have the thought right then, oh my God, it's twice as devastating because it was so public. If she doesn't write about herself being humiliated, everyone will know it's her.
And she had to write about herself, and she guts herself later, which is the worst. And then Eloise admits to Colin, because she follows Penn out, she admits she told Cressida about fixing him, him fixing her up. And he's like, how could you do that? So Eloise, and this whole Cressida thing is like, is she good or is she bad? Now there is a shot of Cressida. Does anybody know any gossip? And Cressida just walks away. So we actually kind of know it wasn't Cressida, but given Cressida's record, Eloise is of course going to accuse her. And at the end of the episode, later after the Whistledown comes out and kind of ruins her, Penn's reputation with the Colin thing, Eloise is like, well, in the park, she's like, Cressida, you did this. How could you do this? And Cressida's like, oh, I didn't do it. And I'm like, what?
Boom. And you just got cowbird. You got cowbird, Eloise.
What's a cowbird?
A cowbird. That's her last name.
Yeah, cowbird. Okay.
I'm making a term up like, I didn't gossip.
You
got played by the ton. You just got cowbird.
Bravest
Cowbird, cowbird.
Which is fantastic and horrible. The only good thing that happens at the other end of the episode is that Lady Mondrich and Will, he comes in, he's like, "I don't want this separate bedroom stuff. Let's do it." And she's like, "It's not proper." And he's like, "Forget it." And I'm like, "Yes, yes, yes." Spinoff.
Now, the penultimate moment of this episode, though,
Yeah.
is at the end of the episode, Colin bribes the maid so that he can come talk to Penn.
Yeah.
And they're dimly lit in this beautiful garden setting.
And she's at her lowest because her mom came in right before that and just gutted her. She's like, "Just be realistic. You can't have this." And I hate her so much. And Penn is so good sitting in that chaise lounge in the window. And then she goes out and Colin comes and go on.
He's talking to her. He's like, what can I do to help? And then she says to him, "Will you kiss me?" And I cried. I cried right now. Because it's like, it's the most vulnerable thing you can do. No one in their life wants to ask someone to kiss them because it just like,
No.
she thinks he doesn't want to. And then it's like, she says, will you do this so that in case I die, I will at least have been kissed?
Oh, it breaks my heart. And she is so good in this scene.
It's so devastating.
Oh my God.
It's so sad and beautiful and touching.
I was sad and then I was aroused because the kiss is so good.
He does it. He leans and he kisses her and he thinks you think it's just going to be like, he just sort of like,
no,
kisses, and then she pulls out, and it was just all she needed was that one brief moment.
Yep.
And then boom, smashing faces, eating each other's faces, just like the most but very, very hot. And it's dimly lit, so I'm into it. There's not too much light. It's so hot.
I don't know why, but they have been so good at just being friends. And so when they just take the pot off, the lid off, it's boiling in there, y'all. Boiling.
The heat is on. It's on the street.
So much.
Their chemistry is incredible.
I know.
It's like, I don't know how you do that because clearly maybe they're dating, I don't know. But they probably, I don't know. Is he dating someone publicly?
I'm sure, but you know what?
They've been around each other. They're co-workers for 3 years. They're
Yes.
just, it was like if you and I had to make out on camera.
No.
Would we be able to do it?
I mean, I'll do anything if you pay me, but
could we passionately kiss each other? I've never had to kiss someone on screen except for briefly once. Jesse Tyler Ferguson in a TV show, and it never saw the light of day.
I've had to kiss 3 or 4 people, and there was one that was a really good There was one that was a really good kiss, but they're into it. They're like chomping. It's like
there's tongue, there's things, there's juices flowing.
Yeah. And I want to see more of it, and I cannot wait to see what happens next episode because we have set up that Colin has now 180'd. He's getting happy downstairs about Penn for the first time. And he's obviously, I mean, look, we saw that one scene. He's a dandy. And so I want to see him dandy up to this lady, okay? That's all I want in my life. And that's it.
He's skilled in the ways of lovemaking. And if
we know
he's been to France, so he knows what he's doing. But if we know anything about romance novel, we know that he's going to show her some things.
Yeah. He's going to show her the ways.
Now, I can show you the world.
What I just want in Bridgerton overall, as we wrap up, is for once the dynamic between the man and the woman to be a little reversed. I want a really knowledgeable woman who's like, "Oh, I know what I've been doing." And maybe she's a widow or something like that so that she could be part of the ton, because clearly the prostitute friend of Anthony couldn't be like risen up, right? But I would love to see it so that it wasn't always like, "Let me show you, baby." It'd be like, "Let me show you, baby." You know that? You know what I'm saying?
It would be so fun to see that. How will they do that and play within the rules of this society, this historical and fictional society
I know.
that they've been they've created for this show. And like, yeah, maybe it'll be Danbury where we get to see that, because she's
Ooh,
already,
that would be nice.
been
She
with people
it'd
before.
be her and Benedict. It's really gonna happen. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like, is there will in some ways I hope it's Francesca who like decides to go get experienced before that'll be a
I
fun
would
twist
like
if
that. She's a
she's
little
the
too
sparkler.
innocent. Yeah, it would be nice to unsparkle her a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, thank
Well,
you, everybody.
I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and it made me honey, 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 honey.
We
What
will
about
be
you?
updating. You
Did
know
it
what?
wake up? Did you have
I'm
downstairs feelings?
I'm usually dead down there, but yeah, I was actually pretty happy. I was a little dancy. A little dancy. I
Well,
mean, I have my redhead girl who's like getting all the things, and I love a redhead. So like
oh yeah,
she's the
justice for
center of
Ginger.
attention. I'm very
Yeah,
much putting myself in her position. And yeah,
me
let's
too,
give
because I want to kiss his beautiful face.
I know, me too. So let's get it on. Next episode, we will be doing it. Please check it out on YouTube in video form, or you can download it anywhere you get podcasts. Thank you, everybody. Good night, Tommy.
Thanks for listening, and put a feather in your Featherington cap, and build a bridge over your Bridgerton. I lost it. I didn't know where I was going
Just
there.
wrap
But
it up. Just wrap
thanks
it
for
up.
listening. We gotta go. Bye.
Bye.